Now, would you believe that this year marks 10 years since Love Island first graced our screens, destroyed my evenings. Not destroyed, but it does suck you in, beware. But there is a new lineup announced for summer 2025.
Yes, and here to give us the latest on what to expect from this year's group is podcaster Padraig Wilson McCarthy. Good morning.
Good morning, folks.
I'm on the countdown.
They're on the countdown. It's on. Starts next Monday on Virgin Media.
Gen Z Olympics, as I like to call it.
The what?
The Gen Z Olympics.
I'm here for that. Exactly. This is my Olympics.
It's like the Eurovision's the gay Olympics.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like a mix of both of them.
Yeah. So tell us, the lineup was announced yesterday. What can we expect?
Yeah, well, the lineup, as you said, was announced yesterday. Look, it's a carbon copy of every other year, right? You've got a diverse cast of people who have great bodies, all stunning, right? So it's exactly what you'd expect. Now, we do get a press release, and I have done a bit of stalking online, and there are a couple of characters in there, a couple of cheeky chappies and stuff like that. What I like about this lineup this year is, now, I'm not saying anyone is old in the lineup, they're not, but usually there's a lot of 21-year-olds, 22-year-olds. There's a couple of 22-year-olds that have gone in there that look like they're 42. It's outrageous, right? Huge guys, I don't know what they're eating over there, but anyway, this year there's a couple in their late 20s, there's even someone in their 30s going in there.
Which is good.
I have to say that.
Yeah, totally. I'm delighted. It makes me feel way more relatable, actually.
Totally.
Now, there's always a token Irish every year.
There is.
I think since Maura Higgins.
Maura broke the mould.
Maura broke the mould, and I mean,
no
she
doubt.
still is. Like, you see what she's doing. Like, I saw her suffer in Dubai, and she's everywhere. She's
one of the biggest stars
ever to come out of it. But since then, I think they always think, let's get a bit of an Irish interest in it.
We always get a character, don't we?
Who is it this year?
Yeah, so 24-year-old Megan from Dublin, right, is going in. What we know about Megan so far is that she is a performing arts student, or she went to Brighton to study performing arts, and she's an energy broker. Now, when I heard she was an energy broker, well, I thought it was just a funny way of saying that she's full of beans, but actually, she sells electricity.
But she's in, and one of our dancers from Panto's in that performing arts school in Brighton, so I'll get onto them. I'll get all the goss.
Yeah, you get all the goss.
Yeah.
So Megan says that she's looking for someone a bit pasty. Or a Timothy Chalamet look-alike. She said, as long as they're good crack, that's the main thing.
That's what
and
she
obviously,
wants.
you know what? Like, looks are a plus, she says.
Anyone else pick your interest? As you say, it is nice to see older people going in.
Yeah, well, for example, there's a semi-pro footballer. His name is Harry, and he's 30. He's the oldest one going in there, which isn't very old. Yeah, right. But like that, there's a couple of, there's like the Toby of other years going in there, and there's a.
Well, we had Toby on yesterday on the show, and I did say to them, are they going in to find love, or are they going in for social media following when they come out?
Well, this is the thing. Like, it's changed over. Like, as we said, it's the 10-year anniversary.
So people know exactly what they're getting.
People know when they go in there. Like we've got a payroll specialist going in there. There's a taxi driver going in this year. That man will never drive a taxi again. Might as well give up the licence now. If anyone's looking for a taxi licence, go after his, because he'll never need to drive a taxi again, because they do get a fairly lucrative career after. Well, most of them do.
Some of them, yeah. It depends on how long they stay
but
as well.
But also, you have to play the game right, because it can also be we've seen it before. It can be
backfire on you.
It can
big
backfire.
Time. Let's talk about some of the ones who did come out and became very famous. I suppose Danny Dyer, and I know her dad and all that.
Yeah.
So, but she really has sort of she's made a career out of it.
Yeah, she's like, I suppose people are like, she's a Nepo baby because of who her dad is, also Danny Dyer.
But actually, Danny Dyer,
but she's also stood up for herself, and like, she's made her own career. She actually just got married last weekend. She married Jared Bowen, who's a West Ham United football player.
Beautiful.
She had this look, she's stunning. Like, she had this amazing Bridgerton-themed wedding in the English countryside, and actually Georgia Steele, who you know from the same series as Danny Dyer,
and Toby's ex, who we were chatting about yesterday.
She was actually there. She got a bit of backlash online, actually, because she did one of the worst things that you could do at a wedding. What do you think it was?
She wore white.
She wore a near white dress with lace detailing, and she got slated in her comments over it, actually.
I suppose one of the others who are really famous, and I follow this sometimes, and don't ask me why, is the Molly May and Tommy Fury.
Well, I'll tell you
the
why.
on-off, the child.
Yeah, you're forced to follow it, because they're absolutely everywhere. I think Tommy Fury this week was revealed as being the highest earner ever to come from Love Island. Yeah, and I would have said it was Molly May.
I would have said as well, with the clothes and everything.
Look, apparently, if you're a boxer and that kind of thing, there's more money in that. I wouldn't have a clue.
Do you know what makes me laugh? Is that Greg O'Shea formerly of This Parish, won that year with Amber.
That's right.
And they didn't even win that series. They came second. And Greg calls it off with Amber after a couple of weeks, and these two are on off on again.
You'd like to stay with her for longer anyway. We got a fair few bob out of that one.
So it's the 10th one. It's starting next Monday. Don't forget, you can stream the brand new series of Love Island on Virgin Media Play. It's starting next Monday at 9 p.m. You can create your own account and you're good to go. And you can scan the QR code on the screen now for all the information.
I actually did it yesterday.
Yeah, I did it as well. It's very easy because I was on Play, but now I have to register as well. So if you're on Play, do that. And listen, Padraig, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Will you come in now when it's gone and give us all a bit of goss?
You would be sick of me.
That's what I like to hear. Time for a quick break, but still to come, he's the man behind the mission. Irish stunt expert Mike O'Shea tells us about working with Tom Cruise on the latest Mission Impossible.
We're also going to be catching up with comedian and Taskmaster breakout star Paul Chowdhury. We'll see you in a few minutes.